While everyone's panicking about Bitcoin dipping below 94,000, the smartest money in crypto is quietly watching SpaceX shares explode for the second day straight. And what's happening right now could trigger the biggest Bitcoin rally we've seen in months. Here's what nobody's talking about. Major ETF issuers, the same institutions that launched Bitcoin ETFs just last year, are now piling into SpaceX shares. We're talking about the companies that control billions in assets. And this isn't random. SpaceX shares are rallying hard in private markets right before a potential IPO. When a company this massive goes public, it creates a ripple effect across every market. But here's where it gets interesting for crypto. Elon Musk, SpaceX's CEO, has been one of Bitcoin's loudest supporters. Tesla still holds billions in Bitcoin on its balance sheet. So why does SpaceX stock matter to your crypto portfolio? Follow the institutional money. When these big ETF players move into SpaceX, they're not just betting on rockets. They're betting on Elon's entire ecosystem. And that ecosystem has deep ties to cryptocurrency. Let me break this down super simple. ETFs are like baskets of investments that regular people can buy. When BlackRock or Fidelity creates an ETF, millions of everyday investors get access to assets they couldn't buy before. That's exactly what happened with Bitcoin ETFs in 2024. Suddenly, your grandma could buy Bitcoin through her retirement account. Now these same players are loading up on SpaceX shares. This tells us two things. First, they're preparing for a SpaceX IPO that could be the biggest of 2025. Second, and this is crucial, they're positioning themselves in the Elon Musk universe before the general public catches on. Here's the ISO 20022 connection that changes everything. SpaceX operates in a world that needs instant cross-border payments. When you're launching satellites and coordinating with governments worldwide, you need a financial system that moves at the speed of technology, not the speed of 1970s banking. ISO 20022 is the new financial messaging standard that's replacing the old SWIFT system. It allows banks and institutions to send way more data with each transaction. It's faster, cheaper, and built for the digital economy. Companies like SpaceX that operate globally need this kind of infrastructure. Several cryptocurrencies are built on ISO 20022 compliance. XRP, XML, Algo, VAR. These aren't just random altcoins. They're designed to work with the banking system that major corporations will use. When a company like SpaceX potentially goes public and needs to move massive amounts of money internationally, guess what infrastructure makes the most sense? The rally in SpaceX shares is creating something called a wealth effect. When investors make money in one area, they look for the next opportunity. And right now, the next opportunity is staring everyone in the face. Crypto assets that solve real problems for real companies. We saw this exact play before. In 2020, when Tesla announced its Bitcoin purchase, Bitcoin went from 30,000 to 64,000 in just months. The pattern is simple. Elon-related news creates mainstream attention. Mainstream attention brings new money. New money pumps crypto markets. But here's what's different this time. We're not in a pure speculation phase anymore. Institutions are here. They're building infrastructure. They're filing ETFs. They're buying into companies like SpaceX before the public even gets access. This is how generational wealth transfers happen. So what should you watch next? First, any SpaceX IPO announcement will be massive. Mark your calendar because the day that news drops, expect crypto to move. Second, watch Bitcoin's correlation to Tesla stock. When Tesla pumps, Bitcoin usually follows within days. Third, keep your eye on ISO 20022 tokens. If major corporations start adopting this new payment standard, these tokens could see serious gains. The fear is peaking right now. Bitcoin's down. People are worried. But this is exactly when the smart money positions itself. Not when everything's green and everyone's celebrating. When there's blood in the streets and opportunity is screaming. This is educational content only, not financial advice. Always do your own research before investing. The crypto market is volatile and you can lose money. But if you want to stay ahead of moves like this, if you want to understand how traditional markets connect to crypto before everyone else figures it out, follow Stack Daily 60 for daily crypto and money tips.